plus free installation and low monthly monitoring plans. Call 800-953-6693. That's 800-953-6693. Monthly service agreement required for free installation.
Seems everything costs more these days. Gas, groceries, and when's the last time you checked your wireless bill? When it comes to Big Wireless, if you're staying, you may be overpaying. Switch to Consumer Cellular to get the same fast nationwide coverage without the big wireless bill. Plans start at just $20 a month, and now for a limited time, new customers can get their second month free. Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit a store near you, or consumercellular.com and start saving today. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. Taxes, fees, and other third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details.
Trust the professionals at Meyer & Company Real Estate and Auctions. Buying or selling, they'll make your dreams come true. Here's farm auction and acreage expert Dan Stokes.
You know, Meyer & Company's been in the business for over 40 years. We specialize in things called 1031 exchanges, so we're very versed in how to exchange farm ground for other farm ground. So it's something that we do on a daily basis, and we really enjoy doing it.
We are the #1 stop in the region for buying and selling residential, commercial, and farm real estate. We've been serving the area for more than 40 years, and we do it with pride.
It's still a pretty strong seller's market. Dollars per acre is still high. If you're able to connect with a good agent and you can find something off market, we do that all the time, and you know, we're able to still get some deals out there here and there.
Dan Stokes.
You can either call my cell phone at 314-971-0654, or you can call the brokerage at 636-462-5555.
Meyer & Company Real Estate and Auctions, North Lincoln Drive in Troy, 636-462-5555. Online at MeyerListings.com.
Live from the Gateway Fiber Studios, online at gatewayfiber.com. News Radio 105.3, 1280 KYRO Troy. It's 10 o'clock in the Heartland.
Fox News, I'm Pam Puso. Protesters who don't agree with President Trump's policies rallied in all 50 states.
He's doing stuff that's unconstitutional and challenging the judicial system in the hopes that the Supreme Court will bail him out.
That man in New York, the White House is defending DOJ and tariffs. Record-breaking rainfall in the central U.S. Fox Weather's Mike Seidel is in Benton, Arkansas.
Their wettest 4 days on record since 1875. Nearly a foot of rain. Flash flooding has been widespread. Tornado watches, deadly twisters over the past 4 days. Now things are winding down.
Flooding and tornadoes have claimed at least 16 lives in several states as the system now moves into the southeast. America's listening to Fox News.
All of us need to be prepared to defend ourselves and our families, and we need to start with the less lethal option to avoid the legal complications associated with firearms. Byrna has their less lethal pistol launcher. It is equipped with tear gas and kinetic ammunition. It is designed to incapacitate any attacker for up to 40 minutes. Go to their website, byrna.com/Hannity. Right now, you'll get 10% off. Let me tell you this Byrna story. Bob was at home. An intruder physically forced his way inside. Now, luckily, Bob had just received his Byrna 4 days prior to this incident, and he used it to get the man outside and off of his property. Byrna, it's legal in all 50 states. There's no background check needed. It can be shipped directly to your door. Now see the powerful technology that is Byrna. Go to their website, byrna.com/Hannity. Right now, you'll get 10% off. That's byrna.com/Hannity today.
I'm Liz Clayman, and this is the Fox Business Report. Stocks plunging with the Nasdaq entering a bear market and the major averages suffering their worst week since the beginning of the COVID crisis in March of 2020 as trade tensions drive recession fears. China retaliating against U.S. tariffs and said it would impose an additional 34% tariff on all imported U.S. goods, matching President Trump's latest levies on Chinese imports. Investors brushing off a surprisingly good jobs report for March and remain focused on the trade war. On the jobs front, employers adding 228,000 jobs last month, well above Wall Street estimates. Mega-cap tech stocks tumbled across the board for a second day with Tesla, Nvidia, and Apple leading the charge. The Dow down 2,231 points. The Nasdaq lower by 963. S&P 500 down 322. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Hillary Barsky, invested in you.
from around the world.
Trey Yingst joining us from Tel Aviv, Israel.
To Washington.
I'm Mike Emanuel.
To your own backyard. If a story impacts you or your wallet, we're on it. It's the Fox News Rundown. We give every story the deeper look it deserves with must-listen interviews and smart analysis from the voices you can trust. Start your day with the Fox News Rundown. Listen and follow now at foxnewsrundown.com or wherever you get your favorite podcasts.
No longer are you forced to pay high, non-member retail prices or be tied down to one brand of car wash because you belong to their loyalty program. Get better mileage out of your hard-earned dollar with a Wash Me membership. With Wash Me, it's as easy as click, click, clean. You decide where and when you want your car washed. Open the app, select a partner wash location, press go, and Wash Me will take you there using your favorite mapping app. Whether you're at home or away for some business or hopefully pleasure, you'll have access to a nearby Wash Me partner wash. Your Wash Me membership is linked to your mobile phone and not your vehicle, which means you can wash your car, a rental car, grandma's car, or any car, as long as you have your phone with you. Check out the Wash Me app on your favorite app store or mywashme.com for more information.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Isaac Lowenkron.
An epic rally at the Final Four on Saturday night by Houston, which knocked off Duke 70-67. Duke led by 9 with 2:06 left in the second half, but Houston closed on a 15-3 run, took the lead on 2 clutch free throws by Jawan Roberts with 19 seconds left. Duke's Cooper Flagg scored 27 but missed a 12-footer for the lead with 8 seconds to play. Earlier Saturday night, Florida over Auburn 79-73. Walter Clayton Jr. scored 34, so it'll be Florida against Houston in the national championship game on Monday. Today at 3 p.m. Eastern, the women's national championship game between South Carolina and UConn. In the NBA on Saturday night, Milwaukee won at Miami at overtime 121-115. Giannis Antetokounmpo, 36 points, 15 rebounds, and 10 assists for his second straight triple-double.
News Radio KYRO weather from the Meyer & Company Real Estate and Auctions Weather Center, online at MeyerListings.com. Overcast clouds in Troy. Getting down to 40 overnight tonight. Monday's high will be in the mid-50s. Sky is clear likely. Temperatures in the lower 50s forecast on Tuesday. Currently in Troy it's 42. In Warrenton it's 40 degrees. Perfect homes, commercial real estate or farm ground? Meyer & Company Real Estate and Auctions, online at MeyerListings.com. I'm Erica Walters.
Well, good Sunday morning. We are live in the Gateway Fiber Studios of News Radio 105.3 FM, 1280 AM KYRO. This is Uncensored Wrestling Talk. I am Sergeant. Joining me this morning, he is the super fan. He's the Nematode Nelly. He's Tim Williams. Good morning, my friend. How are you?
Good morning.
Hey, we're dry this morning.
I know.
I don't know how long that's going to last today, but hey, we're dry right now. Hopefully it's dry and sunny where you are. It's not sunny here, but at least it's dry. It's dry.
Had about 6 inches of rain over the last 2 or 3 days, I think.
Yeah, something. Well, maybe more. Maybe more than that. Maybe about 4 inches, actually. The last I had seen the reports yesterday, before it started raining again, it was like 3.5 in different spots and stuff. So quite a bit of rain over the last several days that has dropped here in the St. Louis area. We are also live on our different Facebook and platform feeds. Of course, KYRO's Facebook page. You can find that at 1280 AM 105.3 FM KYRO. Of course, Traveling East Productions, Facebook, YouTube, and Rumble. Go like and subscribe. And also Uncensored Wrestling Talk's Facebook page. And hey, Superman, we're also on X, right. UW Talk. KYRO.
Yep.
Exactly. And of course, also the video broadcasts of the shows here on KYRO are brought to you in partnership with Traveling East Productions, and made possible by Blue Lawn Care and Landscaping, Original Crow Feather Crystal Healing Jewelry, Pickle on the Run, and also Country State of Mind Designs. You can find all those awesome businesses on Facebook, Instagram, and X. Go check them out. Well, we've had a lot of stuff going on this week. I'm almost like, where do we start?
I don't know. There's just, do we start WWE? Do we talk AEW? Because we got a big event coming on tonight.
Well, yeah, we'll get to AEW's Dynasty here in a little while. But I think where we need to start, something that started on Monday and finished last night, and that's this whole The Favor.
The Favor.
The Favor. Of course, we had the signing for the triple threat match on Monday night with CM Punk, Seth Rollins, and the Tribal Chief, Roman Reigns. And I really was a little bit... I was a little surprised by the fact that whenever we have a contract signing, things go awry, right? Almost every single time. But this time, they pretty much just verbally jousted at each other.
Right, and kind of left the fisticuffs away.
But the thing that left you with your kind of going, what the heck, was, CM Punk actually got down on a knee at the table in front of the Tribal Chief and said, "Thank you, my Tribal Chief," and blah, blah this and blah, blah that. And then stands up and goes, "But that's not the favor I want."
Right.
Because Paul Heyman had also told him before he did all that this match was now going to be, the headliner, the main event of WrestleMania. And that's going to go down night one, I'm sure.
Correct.
So that's not really the main event.
No, it's not.
But, the main event of the first night, I guess. But still, before we move on with this, I still think, and this is my own preference, Jey Uso versus Gunther. Charlotte versus Tiffany. One of those type of matches. A championship match should be the one that, Charlotte Flair won the By God Royal Rumble.
Right.
That gets you not only a shot at the championship, whichever championship you want, but it's a main event.
Right.
Right?
Well, so did Jimmy Uso, and he's not getting a main
It's
event.
what I was about to say there, too. I mean, Jey Uso and Gunther. Jey Uso wins the Royal Rumble, last putting out John Cena.
Right.
Because John Cena sucks. But you knew I was going to get that in there somewhere along the line.
I'm going to start counting how many times you say John Cena sucks.
But there again, same thing with Charlotte. You win the Royal Rumble, you not only get your shot at a championship, but that's the main event.
Right.
Night one, night two, it doesn't matter. That's the main event. It's a bit of a letdown, honestly.
Right.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I think CM Punk has done tremendous since he's gone back to WWE. I think the world of Seth Rollins. I think he's a great wrestler. I think the Tribal Chief is knocking it out of the park as well. And it should be a high-profile match. It should be one of the last matches of the night.
Right.
But it shouldn't be the main event.
No, absolutely not. I mean, how many pay-per-views in recent years end in a non-title match?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're talking a major pay-per-view.
The major pay-per-view.
Right. And you're going to end in a non-title match.
Yep. Hey, our buddy and our usual co-host for Sunday mornings, our resident referee, Mr. 123, Yeet!
Stop.
HD Daniels.
Stop.
He's put in a comment on the Facebook. Call me John Cena because you can't see me. I love it. I absolutely love it. And, of course, you can also interact with us on any of those feeds that I was talking about earlier in the Facebook, YouTube, Rumble. Get on in there and put your piece in there too. Keep it, and I'll clean it up. You don't have to really keep it clean, I guess, on that one. But I'll clean it up. No biggie. But that's just me.
Yeah.
But then let's fast forward on that particular situation of the old CM Punk, Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, our tribal chief, to Friday night.
Yep.
Because that's where it got a little bit more interesting, I guess you could say.
Correct.
But also, again, this is just me. I know I'm old school now. I know I'm old. I get it. I didn't used to be. I get it. The favor comes into play.
Correct.
Roman Reigns comes out. He's about to call out CM Punk. Here comes Seth Rollins. He gets in and says his little piece. And then finally we get CM Punk coming out. And we knew leading into this that CM Punk was going to say what the favor was, because he had told Paul Heyman earlier in the night that that's what he was going to do. And I'm like, okay, at least we're not gonna hold on to this favor forever, right? Now, personally, if it wasn't going to be used at WrestleMania, I could have seen it being used for SummerSlam,
right?
Which ain't that far away,
No,
honestly.
it's really not.
May, June. We're in March right now. By the time WrestleMania is over with, no, I'm sorry, we're in April right now. I said March, didn't I? But WrestleMania is less than 2 weeks away.
Yeah.
It starts 2 weeks from yesterday, actually. And so May, June, July, end of July, beginning of August, whenever that SummerSlam date is, which this year for the first time it'll go to 2 nights.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that's up in Minneapolis.
Yep, Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Man, I tell you what. My mouth hit the floor, but it was more of an, oh, man,
right,
kind of drop. From years and years past, CM Punk brings up that, it was said that if CM Punk ever main evented WrestleMania, that he would take Paul Heyman with him.
Right.
Well, that was the favor. That's the favor. Paul Heyman to be in CM Punk's corner. And, of course, Roman Reigns, he did what I would have done. He laughed.
Right, he laughed first. And he goes, why are you crying? Why you
crying? Well, tears
crying?
were welling up in Paul Heyman, and that's who he was saying, why are you crying for, fool? Tell him no. And he turned to his tribal chief and said, no, my tribal chief, I can't say no. I promised the man many years, many moons ago.
Right.
Roman Reigns was pushing Paul Heyman into that corner, and I don't know if he would have done a number to him or not, but he was not a happy camper, to say the least. And then CM Punk sneak attack from behind, GTS go to sleep.
Yep.
And Seth Rollins just stands there.
Yeah.
Just watching it, taking it all
laughing.
in.
He is laughing at the whole situation.
Hey, he told you so.
Right. He was a truth teller. And he was laughing. And the thing about it is, Paul Heyman got out of the ring and just stood there. So, really, if him being on Roman's side or Punk's side, how's that really even going to affect the match? There's not much he could really do.
Yeah. Well, our buddy referee H.D. Daniels, he says, and I quote, "This match is so messy. It's not main event worthy. Seth does not belong. It's just a love triangle over Paul J-Man." I think that was just a typo. Paul Heyman, yeah. What is Seth supposed to do now? If Seth belongs in the match, so does Drew, and so does KO. You know what? H.D. Daniels, he ain't wrong.
No.
He ain't wrong. I mean, What a letdown.
Yeah.
It's just a letdown.
It's one of the worst call-in favors I've ever heard. It's really bad. I mean, seriously, is nobody in creativity there going,
you want Paul Heyman in your corner? I get it. But make it
mean something. It's
for
stupid.
SummerSlam,
It's
when you've got a title
stupid.
shot, or Paul Heyman, I want you to be in my corner for a title shot. Get that title shot for me. That's something along those lines.
That's smart. Not, just be in my corner.
Just be in my corner for a triple threat match.
That means
that
nothing.
Really, in the end, yeah, it really doesn't mean a whole heck of a lot, does it? I mean, does it hurt Seth Rollins if he loses?
No.
No. Does it hurt the tribal chief, Roman Reigns, if he ends up loses?
No.
No. Does it hurt CM Punk if he ends up losing? No. I mean,
yeah.
I get why we're having the match. I understand the point to it. But I mean, and I guess this is one of the better matches to have when you've got a couple of competitors, or in this case 3, where a loss isn't going to hurt them. I guess that's the better way to put it.
Right.
It doesn't hurt them if they lose that match. It doesn't make them.
So who do you think is going to come out on top of that one?
Man, I tell you what. My first initial thoughts after Friday night. Well, before I do get into that, HD Daniels says 2 years in a row, Seth has been shoehorned into a match with Roman, and he's not wrong on that either.
Yeah.
But the first thing that I thought, the best way to do this, and this is if I had the pencil, Paul Heyman's in the corner as CM Punk. Triple Threats match is going down. We get towards the end of it. Paul Heyman not just takes a chair and slides it into the middle of the ring like he did that one time between
Brock and
Roman Reigns.
Right.
But he pulls out, I wouldn't even pull out a chair. I pull out a kendo stick from underneath the ring, get into the ring, or it could even be on the outside of the ring. It doesn't even matter. And just wallop CM Punk right in the head with it. And it's a turn on CM Punk because he loves his tribal chief.
Right. He loves his tribal chief, but he's made a promise, and Paul Heyman has never broken a promise.
Well, I mean, and even with that, he's not breaking the promise because he was in his corner.
Right.
He was in his corner just until the end, that's all.
With all the shenanigans that I think is going to happen in this, that's why I think Seth Rollins actually is going to come out as the winner.
Really?
Yep. I think there's going to be 2 or 3 things.
Here's something, though. We were saying, does it hurt them if they lose the match in any kind of sort of way? Does it really help them either, though?
Yeah.
Any of them?
No. They're going to get their title shots no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
Whoever wins, whoever they want to go against.
Yeah. I don't know. Hey, we are up against our very first break here on Uncensored Wrestling Talk. We are going to go ahead and take it, and we will be back in about a minute or so, not very long, and we will continue. More talk, professional wrestling, right here on Uncensored Wrestling Talk.
New and used firearms, gun repair, and all types of outdoor accessories on Main Street in downtown Winfield. Black Flag Outfitters. Check us out on Facebook or stop by at 203 Main Street in Winfield. 636-358-0992.
Findlay Shoe Store is a local family and veteran-owned tradition in historic downtown Troy, Missouri. Dedicated to serving the local community and providing great customer service. Their brands include Red Wing, Irish Setter, Works, Birkenstock, Brooks, Merrill, New Balance, Skechers, Thorogood, as well as Superfleet insoles. State-of-the-art 3D foot scanner to ensure you get just the right insoles for you. Findlay Shoe Store providing men's and women's quality footwear in Lincoln County area since 1947. Findlay Shoes, 636-528-8247.
Need that morning pick-me-up on your way to work? Downtown Winfield's the place to be. Common Grounds Coffee House, featuring the almost world-famous Block 25. Common Grounds Coffee House. Check us out on Facebook or stop by today. 205 Main Street, downtown Winfield.
Welcome back, Uncensored Wrestling Talk. We are live in the Gateway Fiber Studios of News Radio 105.3 FM, 1280 AM, KYRO. I am Sarge. He is Superfan HD, out doing some family stuff this morning. He'll be back hopefully next weekend. And then next weekend we'll go over the entire, both nights of WrestleMania and give our picks. But before we get into anything else, our main sponsor for our show, NWA World League Wrestling. Didn't get to have spring breakout last night.
No.
The parking lot from all of the crazy rain that we have been getting throughout this past week kind of turned that parking lot into a lake. We'll call it Lake Harley.
Lake Harley. I like that.
But this coming week, on April the 11th, at the Puckett Fieldhouse, on the campus of Central Methodist University, it's going to be WrestleVersary, Slammiversary. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be a great event. One of those matches I know right off the top of my head, Trevor Murdoch, the current one half of the NWA World Tag Team Champions, with his partner Mike Knox. He's going to be taking on Strictly Business, Brandon Beretta. And that should be a very good match.
That would be a great match. And anybody in the area near CMSU, definitely get your tickets. It's going to be a great event. If you haven't seen Wrestling Live, anything that NWA,
you're in for a treat.
You'll be just astounded, and you're going to leave feeling fulfilled.
And you're gonna walk away a WLW fan forever.
Exactly.
Get your tickets right now, HarleyRace.com, before they're gone, because we've had many a times over this past year where there just weren't any more seats left to be bought. In fact, we've even had double sellouts on some of our events. I've said it many a times. If I haven't said it 100 times, I've said it 1,000 times. Get your tickets before the door opens, because if you do, you might be on the outside looking in.
Right.
Sometimes out in the cold.
Exactly. So, speaking of NWA WLW, did you see that bit from our champion Skylar Sparks this last week?
Yes, I have seen those those vignettes, those videos that have been put out, and I tell you what, Misty Marks from Dog Pound Championship Wrestling, NWA, down there in Texas. Look out, Skylar, or look out Tootie Lynn, look out Cameron Bernay, because
I didn't
Tootie Lynn has
understand the
found
whole
a girl that
championship
will.
prerogative. So, like, she could just now go out and pick a friend or pick a partner.
Hey, you know what? It's her prerogative. Whoever she can get as her partner, more power to her. But just know that Tootie Lynn's bringing a fight. So is Cameron Bernay, for that matter.
Right.
But this Misty Marks, this girl, she can fight too. It's going to be a knockdown drag out, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And if and when this happens,
Katie bar the door.
Katie bar the door. Could it happen on April the 11th? It's a possibility.
Right.
Could it happen at the next event on May the 3rd at the Race Wrestling Arena? It's a possibility.
Yeah.
We'll see. We will see what happens. But, yeah, some crazy stuff. And I'm telling you right here, right now, my friend, you got to stop poking the bear, friend.
Why?
Because you've got both Skylar Sparks and all day Aiden Riley.
All week long, I was thinking.
All riled up.
All week long, I was just kept on singing a perfect song for Skylar. One is the loneliest number that you'll ever know.
Don't lose your day job, my friend.
You're right.
Don't lose your day job. Something else happened on SmackDown. Kevin Owens coming out saying he's got a neck injury and he's going to have to get surgery, and it might be a career ender type surgery.
You know you're going to get the most out of him.
Awesome matches with El Generico back in the day.
Right.
Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn in the WWE as
Right.
well, and everywhere in between. And just so many other matches
Right.
as well.
But the thing I didn't understand is what happened afterwards.
Well, what you're speaking of, yeah. Randy Orton coming out, getting up on the apron, just giving a little stare down with him, gets in the ring. Kevin Owens jumps down, walks off, and then in Randy Orton fashion, straight out of nowhere, an RKO hit on Nick Aldis, of course, the former NWA World Heavyweight Champion.
Right.
Who had a match with the Legacy Leland Race at Night of Champions 4 that I will never forget. Leland Race should have won that match. I think he was robbed. But, man, is this the catalyst? Is this the catalyst for Nick Aldis to drop the GM role and become a full-time wrestler now?
I don't think he'll ever be a full-time wrestler again, but
why? He's in great
shape.
Got it.
Yeah,
he's still in great shape. Yeah. Why not?
I think he enjoys kind of just being the GM and kind of controlling things. And then every once in a while, yeah, if he needs to drop gloves and put people in their line, then that's what he does.
Well, I tell you what, our friend and co-host HD Daniels, he is salty this morning, my friend. He says, since nothing makes sense, just add Randy to the fake main event, and he can win the number 1 contendership and beat Cena for number 15. Yikes! He's salty,
right?
He is salty. And, of course, Trisha McCary Williams, she says KO equals big crybaby. Well, he has been a bit of a crybaby as of late.
Nobody just understands him. They just don't understand his point of view.
I guess. I guess. But, if he does have to have surgery.
Right.
And if this is the end, if this is where he can't wrestle anymore, what a great career he's had. I mean,
does that go back to that chair shot with Sammy?
It could be. It could very well be. It could go back even further than that, too, though.
Right.
A lot of these guys, and gals for that matter, they wrestle with an injury that you had no clue about. They did. Or in some cases, they didn't even know. So it could have happened really anywhere along the line. Look at Edge. He wrestled with that crazy neck injury for quite some time, thinking it was going to heal on its own, and never really did. Had to go get surgery done on it, and it put him out for 11 years or so.
Like that, yeah.
So, yeah, and initially when all that went down, he did retire.
Yeah,
he was gone from wrestling for a very long time. Didn't think he was ever going to be able to do something. And by the miracles of miracles, he was able to get back in the ring.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he doesn't like it to be put out there, I'm sure. But our own legacy, Leland Race, broken freaking neck, wrestled with that thing. Who knows for how long?
Right.
So there's always something that can happen. There's always something that can come up and bite you, quote unquote, forget the pun, bite you in the neck.
Right.
But if he does have to go away, what a career he's had.
Yeah.
It's been one heck of a career. But you know what? I don't think so. I don't buy it for a second.
I am not
for a
either.
minute do I buy it. until we get to WrestleMania and there's no Kevin Owens.
Right.
Then I'll buy it.
Or there's pictures of him in the hospital.
Even then, before WrestleMania, if that were to happen, even then, I'm not buying it until WrestleMania comes around.
Maybe
and
Kevin
there's
could
no
be in
KO
the bed,
ring.
and this time Randy Orton hits him with the bedpan.
Kind of like you're referencing Stone Cold did to good old Vince McMahon.
Right.
That would have been cool if he could have knocked some sense into that dude. But hey, I regress.
So what do you think about the whole your favorite John Cena and the?
I was going to bring that up next. You know, I thought that was a really good promo. I thought that was a really good back and forth between the two of them during their little interview time on Monday. I was going to say Monday Night Raw, but you can't call that one Monday Night Raw. Monday afternoon Raw. Well, you could still call it Monday Night Raw because it was at nighttime over in London. So.
Right.
I thought it was great. I thought it was an awesome back and forth. John Cena kind of made a mistake because John Cena sucks and decided to come back in and try and get one up on good old Cody there. But Cody Rhodes was waiting on him and hit that crossroads and flat out knocked him out there for a few moments.
The statement that there are several statements that during that whole thing. One, basically, Cody telling John that he was a corporate created champion, where he is actually the universe's fans champion. They anointed him. But the best line was, "At least I can wrestle."
Hey, you know what? I thought that was the best lines that I've heard in years. In years. And let me preface that. Let me say this along with it. John Cena's words, meh. Cody Rhodes' rebuttals, outstanding, knocked it out of the park.
Yeah.
And that's what made it so good, was Cody Rhodes.
Yeah.
You know, I think Cody Rhodes' mic work has just gotten so good over the last several years.
Yeah. And he makes fun of his own lisp. He knows he's
sure
got a
he
lisp,
does.
You know. But the thing about it is he's getting better, and I think I don't know.
Hang on here.
Oh.
Hey, She Daniels again. Did Sarge just give Cena a compliment? The answer to that is not only no, but hell no, because John Cena sucks. I will never give John Cena a compliment. John Cena sucks. He's always sucked. He's always gonna suck. And you know what I can't wait for? December the 31st, when the clock strikes midnight and it becomes the new year, and guess who's gone? And then the only
Your
other
favorite
time,
wrestler of all time.
bite me, bite me, pal. And then the only other time we have to really deal with him again is the Hall of Fame induction.
Right.
And that can't happen too quick, because that can't happen too quick. That can't happen quick enough, because once we get done with that, bye.
Right.
See ya.
Till he
Get it done and over with.
Until he starts his one-man show.
1 minute speech. Get out. One man show my foot. Will they do that? Will they do something along those lines? Maybe. Who knows?
It wouldn't shock me.
Triple H has said, he'll always be a part of the WWE, unfortunately. But I can't wait. December 31st, 11:59 and 59 seconds to hit, because then I know it's only 1 second away.
Right. To his retirement. At least that's what he says.
Trisha McGarry Williams. 5 moves Cena.
Yep.
I love it. I absolutely love it.
And you still think he's going to win?
Stick my eye with a pin. Yes.
You heard it here first.
You've heard it here the entire time.
I know.
I have not wavered from that. I have said the entire time that John Cena is going to win at WrestleMania and beat Cody Rhodes for number 17. I will be shocked and surprised if it doesn't happen. I'll be elated. Don't get me wrong. I'll be elated if it doesn't happen. I will jump up and down like crazy, like you've never seen before on my bad leg. But yeah. Yeah. And he had said in that promo, in that interview, back at the Royal Rumble, about how he wants to win number 17 to shake the hand of the person
who's going to win
who wins 18. And I still believe in my heart that Charlotte Flair is the one that's going to be the one to break it.
To take 18.
Yeah, I do. I seriously do. Speaking of Charlotte Flair and Tiffany Stratton, here in about a minute, we're going to go to a break. Actually, you know what? We're going to take that break right now. And when we come back, we're going to talk about Charlotte Flair, the Queen, and Tiffany Stratton, the WWE Women's Champion, because they had a little tiff. They had a little back and forth on Friday night. A little paperwork my foot right out the window. Hey, we'll talk about that when we come back here on Uncensored Wrestling Talk.
Trust the professionals at Meyer & Company Real Estate and Auctions. Buying or selling, they'll make your dreams come true. Here's commercial property and development expert Rick Meyer.
Oh, it's been a great family business. My dad started the company, and we have been in business a long time. And really what keeps us in business, I think, is just working with our good customers and clients and the relationships that we're able to build. It's really important to us, our agents, to build that relationship, but provide the service to this your local community.
We are the #1 stop in the region for buying and selling residential, commercial, and farm real estate. We've been serving the area for more than 40 years, and we do it with pride.
You can reach us at and look at all our properties at MeyerListings.com. You can also call us at 636-462-5555.
Meyer & Company Real Estate and Auctions, North Lincoln Drive in Troy, 636-462-5555. Online at MeyerListings.com.
Hi, everybody. This is News Radio KYRO Vice President and General Manager John Chepper, and I have a question for you. Have you ever considered hosting a foreign exchange student? If you haven't, perhaps the time is now. You can host a high school student from another country who lives with your family for 5 to 10 months, a new international branch for your family tree, and an opportunity to share your part of America with an international teenager. AYUSA has been connecting families around the world for over 30 years. A track record of trust with compassionate, engaged student leaders and personalized host family support. There's no typical family. No matter where you live or how your family is structured, there's a student waiting for a family like yours for a unique opportunity. Find out more by contacting the AYUSA local representative Tricia Schneidermeyer at 636-295-7224. Explore the wonderful opportunities that AYUSA has to offer, connecting families around the world for over 30 years.
At Seidenberger Nobe Partners, we know the right equipment makes all the difference. That's why we're bringing you Spring into Green savings. Right now, save up to $8,600 off MSRP on a new John Deere compact tractor. Plus, get 0% financing for 60 months with zero down. When you choose Seidenberger Nobe, you're not just getting a tractor, you're getting a partner. Visit snpartners.com. Seidenberger Nobe, your partner for the land.
Offer valid through 4/30/2025. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
News Radio KYRO weather from the Meyer & Company Real Estate and Auctions Weather Center, online at MeyerListings.com. Overcast clouds in Troy. Getting down to 39 overnight tonight. Monday's high will be in the mid-50s. Sky is clear likely. Temperatures in the lower 50s forecast on Tuesday. Currently in Troy it's 43. In Warrenton it's 42 degrees. Perfect homes, commercial real estate or farm ground? Meyer & Company Real Estate and Auctions, online at MeyerListings.com. I'm Erica Walters.
Well, good morning and welcome back, Uncensored Wrestling Talk. We are live this Sunday, April the 6th, live in the Gateway Fiber Studios of News Radio 105.3 FM, 1280 AM, KYRO. He's the super fan. I'm Sarge. We miss HD.
I know.
Yeet.
No.
Absolutely.
Stop.
No, never. You can never get us to stop.
Oh, you guys are going to kill me. With
We're
that.
unstoppable. Yeet. Yeet.
Mm-mm.
Russell Votes claims that Charlotte Flair and Tiffany Stratton said very little of what was in the rundown for them during their promo battle on Friday night's SmackDown. The segment went off script quite a bit. They also note that Charlotte's divorce would not have been mentioned without clearance ahead of time, but still, even with that, woo, it got dicey.
There's some big parting shots at each other on that one.
At least I'm not 0-3.
Right.
Wise Kaiser in my DMs.
Right.
Can we just talk wrestling?
Yeah. But have you noticed something? The last 2 or 3 times Tiffy and Charlotte have been close to each other, their outfits are very similar.
Yes. Yes.
Have you caught on to that?
Tiffany Stratton trying to be like the queen.
Right.
Or maybe it's Charlotte trying to find that youthfulness again. Who knows? But yeah. they were different outfits, but still
similar.
looked kind of somewhat similar. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So I
thought with what Charlotte Flair was wearing, if she was take one little small piece off, and she's not wearing anything.
Right.
It's like whoa, this is still PG, folks.
Right. But yeah, the crowd got into it, and I thought they were going to boo her off the stage like the crowd did to Skylar Sparks a few months back.
Well, yeah. Very true. I don't bring this up to him, folks. Skylar Sparks, I don't tell him to do this. He does this all on his own. I'm just saying that for future. For now.
Your CYA.
Exactly.
Oh, the look you give me every time.
Poking the bear, dude.
You just give me this look every single time, and it just cracks me up. Oh.
Again, HD Daniels, not every promo has to be an insult battle. Charlotte has never been good at that. And I kind of tend to agree with him.
She says the same stuff over and over.
As far as wrestling ability goes, I think she's par or maybe even better than her old man, Ric Flair.
Yeah.
But when you get on the stick, though, when you compare the stick styles, in Ric Flair's heyday, I gotta say, Charlotte Flair still has a mountain to climb when it gets to that part of it.
Absolutely.
But that's me.
I mean, if you go back in time and talk about people who brought out talking and the vignettes and the promos, I would have to say Ric Flair was one of the originators to it.
I don't know if he was an originator, because there were ones before him that could really go on the stick. But was he damn good, and was he one of the very best of all time? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And granted, that's huge shoes to have to fill.
Right.
And I wouldn't want to have to try to fill them myself. But when it comes to Charlotte Flair, though, she's got a point. I mean, she's never really been all that good at insult battles.
Right.
It's just the way that it is.
Right.
But it doesn't take away from her wrestling ability.
No,
though.
absolutely not. She's just waiting for the parting shot. Well, you're Ric Flair's daughter, and
And that comes up so doggone much.
Right.
But I think, as far as the wrestling ability goes, she's outside of that shadow.
Yeah.
She has surpassed that shadow.
Yeah.
And that's my own opinion.
So, yeah, I'll be happy to, though I was hoping that you would get a couple more matches in before WrestleMania, but it doesn't look like they're going to do that.
No. Nah, the quote unquote ring rust, it's being knocked off. She's good to go, I think.
Right.
And I think we're going to see one heck of a match. at WrestleMania between the two of them. I still do believe, I haven't wavered at all, I still do think that the Queen is going to end up getting number 15.
If she gets number 15, that means Cena's getting number 17. But
I don't think that has any bearing
of
on
all
it.
Of all the matches, I think this match between those two, I think I'm the most excited for in WrestleMania. Just to see how it plays out and see how much growth has Tiffany grown even from NXT. And can she really hang with the best in the world?
We shall see. We're going to see what happens here. I need you to come around for just a moment. Folks,
Okay.
We'll be right back right after this.
We've been fighting the war on drugs for a long time. We answer the phone 24/7, 365 days a year. On a busy night, we answer hundreds of calls. This war on drugs needs our intervention.
Since 2014, Addiction Hope and Helpline has helped people struggling with drugs and alcohol.
When the phone rings, we help people when they need it the most. When we get a caller into treatment, it feels good. It's a blessing.
If you're struggling, drinking, using, and need to get clean, don't suffer alone in silence. Call Addiction Hope and Helpline.
Our people understand, and many are also in recovery. Call for support and strength. You can call for someone who can't or isn't willing. It's an act of love. Together we can help you beat this thing and erase addiction from your vocabulary once and for all.
Call 800-308-8292. That's 800-308-8292. 800-308-8292.
This is Abby Montgomery with Community State Bank of Missouri. Did you know we offer health savings accounts? If you have a high deductible health plan, you may qualify for a health savings account. HSAs are designed to help you save money for your deductible. Talk to your employer about our health savings account. To find out more, visit our Troy or Bowling Green locations.
We're big enough to serve you, small enough to keep you, Community State Bank.
Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
News, sports, weather, and farm news for Lincoln, St. Charles, Warren, and Pike counties. East Central Missouri's News Radio KYRO. Depend on it.
Every hour of every day, Fox News Radio is there with the latest breaking news and information you rely on.
This is a Fox News Alert.
I'm Lisa Brady.
I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. With Fox News correspondents around the globe.
At the White House, Trey Yingst in Kyiv.
On Capitol Hill, Jared Halpern, Fox News.
The news that matters most to you. The top headlines, all in one place. America is listening to Fox News Radio.
On East Central Missouri's News Radio KYRO. Depend on it.
Old Monroe Lumber Company has the really big tools you need to get the job done right, not only in the retail store, but in the rental area too. Bobcats, excavators, dingos, and lift equipment, including a 65-foot boom lift, scissor lifts, and more. Need something a little smaller? Old Monroe Lumber Company rents saws, log splitters, jackhammers, water pumps, and dump trailers. Just about anything you need delivered to your job site. Take a look online at omlumber.com. The Olean Livestock Market is now the Olean Regional Stockyards and under new ownership. The Olean Regional Stockyards will be holding sales every Monday at 12 noon. For consignment and trucking needs, call Hayden Hurst at 573-690-2705 or Dusty Roberts at 417-298-9755. The Olean Regional Stockyards, same location, 56 Highway FF in Eldon. Our new ownership allows us to make improvements to our facility while maintaining familiarity to our customers. We can't wait to serve you. The Olean Regional Stockyards, the best destination for cattle buyers and sellers.
Hi, BJ Walters here. Join us for the News Radio KYRO Sports Flash from the Old Monroe Lumber Company at CN79 in Old Monroe and online at omlumber.com on your home for the Chiefs, Blues, Mizzou, NASCAR, News Radio KYRO.
The Wrecking Crew. What do you guys do here?
We recycle. Our typical business is picking up stuff that nobody else can get.
People may have a lot of money laying in their property and they just don't realize it.
They do. A lot of money sometimes, and not where you would think it would be.
Where are you located?
Troy, Winfield, Vandalia, Missouri. And we do boxes, trailers. We cut stuff up on site. We do insurance work. Farmers, if you have a burnt building or wind damaged building or grain bin, that's our specialty.
How do they get a hold of you?
Call me personally or call the office.
The Wrecking Crew. 636-462-1727.
Sometimes things just happen, super fan. That's got to be taken care of. But we are back. We are back. Uncensored Wrestling Talk. About 6.5 minutes before the top of the hour. But no, I do think, back to what we were talking about, I think Charlotte Flair, she does beat Tiffany Stratton for number 15. And puts her on the, I guess, fast track, you could say, of getting that number 18 to become the all-time WWE title holder.
Right. But I think if they do that, it's really going to hurt Tiffany's stock.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No. She's still quite young. I mean, granted, she's 25, but in wrestling time, she's still very young. She's still got a huge career still in front of her. I don't think it hurts Tiffy. I think it's always going to be Tiffy time. So that's just my own personal thing. What do you think?
See, it always worries me whenever you put a belt on somebody and then within a month or one or two defense, they take it away from you. You know,
well, she's had the belt now for what? Since January?
Yeah.
Yeah, since January. So January, February, March.
You know.
End of April is when.
But really only one title defense. You know.
Yeah, you know, nowadays, they hold these titles and they don't have very many title defenses to begin with.
Right.
Honestly. Like Roman Reigns. He held the belt, 1,200 days or so?
Yeah,
but in reality, how many title defenses did
12.
he really have?
12.
You know?
You know. Because he wasn't at every pay-per-view. He wasn't defending it every single time.
Exactly.
You know?
My point.
But do you think... I just feel like it's too quick to take it off her. You know.
And I know what your answer is going to be to this one. But look at the situation with Shawn Spears. He wins the North American Championship against the Don.
Right.
And then pretty much turns around and loses it to Ricky Saints.
Yeah. I don't like it.
Which is even a shorter time period.
Right. I mean, anytime somebody gets a championship, they should be able to at least, I guess, 6 months to see what they could do with it, see if they elevate it, you know. Yeah, injuries happen. You have to drop titles, just like Julia had to drop her title because of an injury. But
that's the rumor anyway.
Right. But again, it's one of those, give Tiffy a chance to have some defenses, create another rivalry, you know.
So you're saying it's the wrong move?
I think it's the wrong move to give it to Charlotte, even though Charlotte's probably the better wrestler. You have more storylines and where you're kind of going with it. But
so you're making points to give it to Charlotte. You realize that, right?
I know.
Just saying. I mean, the only real storyline that Tiffany's been involved in before this Charlotte Flair thing was Nia Jax.
Right.
Honestly. I mean, little side feuds with other people out, you know, that were stemmed from the Nia Jax thing, being in her corner and all that kind of thing. But, you know, it is what it is, my friend.
Right. So.
It is what it is. We have got about 2.5 minutes before we go to the top of the hour. Just wanted to bring up real quick the Wrestling Observer newsletter. One of your favorite things.
Dave Meltzer
says as of about a week ago, anyway, there hasn't been any contact at all between WWE and AEW about Sting potentially inducting Lex Luger in the WWE's Hall of Fame class of 2025, and that kind of surprises me a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, going back, his best friend and always has been Sting.
Mm-hmm.
So the only other person to me that I could see inducting Lex Luger would be Diamond Dallas Page.
Yeah. Yeah, because he's working with him right now.
Right.
With his DDP yoga and everything to try and help him to get to walk again and all that kind of sort of thing.
So,
and he has been, from some of the videos that I have seen, he has been putting more weight on his legs and, you know, stuff like that. So it'd be that would be
if
an
he
interesting.
Actually walks across the stage, I think I might cry. Because
I think it's almost too soon for that. I mean, granted, we don't know exactly how long DDP's been working with him, but the way that they've been putting these vignettes together and stuff like that, it really hasn't been the way they portray it anyway.
Right.
It hasn't been that long. I would say maybe in the last 4 to 6 months, something like that. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. But I don't think that's a bad choice of DDP going ahead and being the one to induct him. I mean, who else are you going to get, though? That's the thing.
Well, that knew him that well.
Right.
Yeah. I don't think, you know, I don't know if you want Ric Flair going back out there and inducting.
Yeah. Well, we are at the end of the first hour. Stay tuned, because Uncensored Wrestling Talk comes back at 6 after the hour.
Live from the Gateway Fiber Studios, online at gatewayfiber.com. News Radio 105.3, 1280 KYRO Troy. It's 11 o'clock in the Heartland.
Fox News. I'm Paul Stevens. Thousands of demonstrators gathering across the nation yesterday, angry with the Trump White House.
Over 1,200 hands-off demonstrations were planned across the country yesterday to protest everything from Trump's immigration crackdown to Doge's mass firing of federal workers. And the backlash to Trump policies and Doge has Elon Musk surprised.
Fox's Chanley Painter. Meantime, many Republicans in Congress firmly supporting tariffs from the Trump White House.
What the president is saying here is he's not wanting to start a trade war. He's simply wanting to even the playing field. Reciprocal tariffs isn't just about the tariffs, but it's also access to our economy.
Oklahoma Senator Mark Wayne Mullen on Fox News Sunday. Democrats and many economists say the tariffs could cause a recession, and at least 16 people are reported dead after severe storms in the South and the Midwest. America's listening to Fox News.
All of us need to be prepared to defend ourselves and our families, and we need to start with the less lethal option to avoid the legal complications associated with firearms. Byrna has their less lethal pistol launcher. It is equipped with tear gas and kinetic ammunition. It is designed to incapacitate any attacker for up to 40 minutes. Go to their website, byrna.com/Hannity. Right now, you'll get 10% off. Let me tell you this Byrna story. Bob was at home. An intruder physically forced his way inside. Now, luckily, Bob had just received his Byrna 4 days prior to this incident, and he used it to get the man outside and off of his property. Byrna, it's legal in all 50 states. There's no background check needed. It can be shipped directly to your door. Now, see the powerful technology that is Byrna. Go to their website, byrna.com/Hannity. Right now, you'll get 10% off. That's byrna.com/Hannity today.
I'm Liz Clayman, and this is the Fox Business Report. Stocks plunging with the Nasdaq entering a bear market, and the major averages suffering their worst week since the beginning of the COVID crisis in March of 2020 as trade tensions drive recession fears. China retaliating against U.S. tariffs and said it would impose an additional 34% tariff on all imported U.S. goods, matching President Trump's latest levies on Chinese imports. Investors brushing off a surprisingly good jobs report for March and remain focused on the trade war. On the jobs front, employers adding 228,000 100,000 jobs last month, well above Wall Street estimates. Megacap tech stocks tumbled across the board for a second day, with Tesla, Nvidia, and Apple leading the charge. The Dow down 2,231 points. The Nasdaq lower by 963. S&P.
Deeper look it deserves with must-listen interviews and smart analysis from the voices you can trust. Start your day with the Fox News Rundown. Listen and follow now at foxnewsrundown.com or wherever you get your favorite podcasts.
No longer are you forced to pay high, non-member retail prices or be tied down to one brand of car wash because you belong to their loyalty program. Get better mileage out of your hard-earned dollar with a Wash Me membership. With Wash Me, it's as easy as click, click, clean. You decide where and when you want your car washed. Open the app, select a partner wash location, press go, and Wash Me will take you there using your favorite mapping app. Whether you're at home or away for some business or hopefully pleasure, you'll have access to a nearby Wash Me partner wash. Your Wash Me membership is linked to your mobile phone and not your vehicle, which means you can wash your car, a rental car, grandma's car, or any car, as long as you have your phone with you. Check out the Wash Me app on your favorite app store or mywashme.com for more information.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Isaac Lowenkron.
An epic rally at the Final Four on Saturday night by Houston, which knocked off Duke 70-67. Duke led by 9 with 2:06 left in the second half, but Houston closed on a 15-3 run, took the lead on 2 clutch free throws by Jawan Roberts with 19 seconds left. Duke's Cooper Flagg scored 27 but missed a 12-footer for the lead with 8 seconds to play. Earlier Saturday night, Florida over Auburn 79-73. Walter Clayton Jr. scored 34, so it'll be Florida against Houston in the national championship game on Monday. Today at 3 p.m. Eastern, the women's national championship game between South Carolina and UConn. In the NBA on Saturday night, Milwaukee won at Miami at overtime 121-115. Giannis Antetokounmpo, 36 points, 15 rebounds, and 10 assists for his second straight triple-double.
News Radio KYRO weather from the Meyer & Company Real Estate and Auctions Weather Center, online at MeyerListings.com. Overcast clouds in Troy. Getting down to 39 overnight tonight. Monday's high will be in the mid-50s. Sky is clear likely. Temperatures in the lower 50s forecast on Tuesday. Currently in Troy it's 43. In Warrenton it's 42 degrees. Perfect homes, commercial real estate or farm ground? Meyer & Company Real Estate and Auctions, online at MeyerListings.com. I'm Erica Walters.
Uncensored Wrestling Talk, Hour 2. We are live in the Gateway Fiber Studio of News Radio 105.3 FM, 1280 AM, KYRO. I am Sarge. He is Superfan. We miss HD, our resident referee, Mr. 1, 2,
Don't
3.
Don't say it.
We can't wait to see him next weekend. Get his lowdown on his WrestleMania picks, because we're going to do picks for WrestleMania next week. However, tonight is AEW Dynasty. And there are some intriguing matches on this one. A lot of matches on this one. But I think this is going to be one of the better pay-per-views that AEW's put together. At least potentially.
Correct.
On paper. Of course, you can also, besides just listening to us on the radio, you can watch us on Facebook. KYRO's Facebook page. Find it at 1280 AM, 105.3 FM, KYRO. Traveling East Productions, Facebook, YouTube, and Rumble as well. Go like and subscribe. And, of course, Uncensored Wrestling Talk's own Facebook page. And I'm hoping that by next week, we're going to have some serious news to put out about Uncensored Wrestling Talk. Stay tuned for that. But the video broadcasts of the shows here on KYRO are brought to you in partnership with Traveling East Productions and made possible by Blue Line Lawn Care and Landscaping Original Crow Feather Crystal Healing Jewelry, and Pickle on the Run. Also, Country State of Mind Designs. You can find those awesome businesses at on Facebook, Instagram, and X as well. Hey, we're on X as well too. UW Talk KYRO. HD likes to put a lot of good stuff on there, so check that out.
I'm still waiting for the hashtag Tiffy train to start rolling again.
Yeah. That was pretty. Hey, we came up with that one.
We came up with that
one. Mainly HD, but we came up with that one. So let's get into this. AEW Dynamite. Of course, there's 2 other matches besides all these ones that we're going to talk about that's going to be on, I guess they call it 0 hour.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not so worried about those. Kyle Fletcher takes on Mark Briscoe in a quarterfinal match of the men's Owen Hart Cup tournament. And I'm really looking forward to this match. This one's going to be a good one, I think.
Yeah, it's going to be a real good one. The Mark is coming off momentum over the last few weeks. He's got some victories. So, but man, Kyle just looks really turning into the proto-star.
He really is. He really is. Even with that loss that he took against Will Ospreay inside the steel cage, even during that match, with all the stuff that was going on, he looked phenomenal.
Yeah.
I mean, he was doing some crazy stuff in there, but yeah, I don't know about you, but I'm going with Kyle Fletcher.
Yeah,
on
I have to go with Kyle. Just because if you look at the brackets, how is it going to play out?
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting. In another quarterfinal match, but this one with the women's Owen Hart Cup tournament, it's going to be the TBS champion, and she holds several other belts as well at the moment.
Right.
3 other ones to be in fact. Mercedes Moné taking on Julia Hart. Who you got in that one?
Man, I wish I could go for Julia Hart.
Ooh, it's hard not to, isn't it?
I would love to see her get another big reign, but I've got to go with Mercedes on this one because you're talking the champion. You can't knock off a champion in a tournament.
I will say this with Mercedes Moné, her work has been getting better. I do believe that. Watching everything that she's been doing over the last couple of months, it has been starting to get better. Is she up to that level of where she was at in the WWE? Maybe not, but her work in AEW compared to when she first started is a lot better.
Yeah, the match with Athena and her, whenever both of them were in the ring trading back and forth
last night on Collision, during that women's tag team match,
it was really good.
It really truly was. Will Ospreay, he's going to take on newcomer Kevin Knight in another quarterfinal match for the men's Owen Hart Cup tournament. It's almost hard to pick it. Kevin Knight has just been killing it.
Yeah.
Since he's stepped in AEW. Granted, he's only had a few matches, but he was extremely good over in New Japan. But I don't know how you can pick against Will Ospreay right now, though.
No, because he's actually my pick to actually win the male's Owen Hart.
Really?
Yeah.
You're going to go ahead and take him?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I'm not sure. I didn't get to see, and I'll have to go back and look at it. I didn't get to see who the other quarterfinal matches that were announced coming up on Dynamite and all that kind of thing. So I'm not sure exactly who else is in that tournament right now.
On the other side is Takeshita versus Brody King.
Ooh, that one's going to be very good.
And then you have Hangman versus Mystery.
Ooh, a mystery opponent. That one's always tough.
Yeah.
That's always tough to go up against a mystery opponent because how are you going to train? How are you gonna get ready for a specific person?
Right.
But we'll see what happens. tag team match for the AEW World Tag Team Championships. The Hurt Syndicate, Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin with MVP defend those titles against the Learning Tree, Big Bill, and the Bad Apple, Brian Keith. And before we get to the predictions on this one, excuse me, MJF and the Hurt Syndicate having these little back and forth little tiffs with Bobby Lashley and he. I got this sneaking suspicion that MJF may very well get involved in this match somehow, some way, and help the Hurt Syndicate. I don't know so much if Bobby Lashley's really going to like that all that much still, but this is, I think, where MJF starts to try to, quote-unquote, prove his worth.
Right. I could see him definitely getting involved, but is the devil going to come out again, and does he actually help the Learning Tree?
No, I don't see him helping the Learning Tree. I mean, how else is he going to get into the Hurt Syndicate?
Or does he get them disqualified and they retain?
No, I think it's where he gets involved to the point where either Bobby Lashley or Shelton Benjamin gets the actual 1, 2, 3. I don't think it's going to be a DQ of any sort. He's going to do it behind the referee's back where he can't see it, or when the referee gets knocked down, or something along those kind of lines. I think this is the first step,
right,
of him becoming a part in a business, situation with the Hurt Syndicate.
But again, he's losing. If they have him get involved, he's losing focus of where he should be on regaining the championship.
Not really, because if he can get the backing of Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin, he's on the fast track then of getting back into the AEW title picture. And with Jon Moxley and the Death Riders, and we'll get to those picks here in a minute on that match. But if it's Jon Moxley that he has to go up against, he's got all those other members of the Death Riders to have to contend with, and
he'll need help.
He'll need help,
right?
And who better than to help him than Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin? And don't forget that Cedric Alexander, who used to be a part of the Hurt Business in the WWE,
Correct,
is a free agent right now.
Correct.
So he could very well come in and become a member as well of the Hurt Syndicate. And then now you've got 3 members to watch your back.
Correct.
To get involved. Because you've got Jon Moxley, Wheeler Yuta, Claudio Castagnoli, and Pac. That's 4. And then you've got Bobby Lashley, Shelton Benjamin. We'll throw MVP in there just in case, Cedric Alexander doesn't come in. But if he does, then you've got 4 others to contend with those other 4.
Right.
So, we'll see.
I'm just kind of curious. So it just hit me. I wonder if MJF is the mystery partner for Hangman. Or do you think...
You mean mystery opponent?
Right. Mystery opponent.
I don't know. They've already went down that road.
Or are they going
not that long ago?
Go with somebody out of the organization?
No, I don't think it's going to be out of the organization.
Like a Jeff Cobb.
We're jumping ahead of ourselves here. Who do you got, though? Hurt Syndicate or the Learning Tree?
Hurt Syndicate.
Okay. So you're thinking along the same lines.
Yeah.
This is one of the matches that I'm really looking forward to. It's a singles match for the AEW TNT Championship. And this match will have no time limit, and no outside interference is going to be permitted, unless the referee gets knocked down.
Right.
It'll be Daniel Garcia defending against Adam Cole, baby.
Yeah, Adam He's back, but I don't think he's still, to me, a shell of what he used to be.
Really?
Yep. I think if they put the title on him, it's an injustice.
An injustice?
Yes.
Those are some strong words.
Because he's fragile Adam Cole now.
Ooh. Well, you just like poking the bear on everybody, don't you?
Well, but he looks like, a wet noodle at times.
A wet noodle? Yikes.
So I'm taking Daniel Garcia.
You're taking Daniel Garcia. You know what? I've been going back and forth with this since they announced this match. But since we're on the day of now and I've got to pick one or the other, I think Adam Cole I think Adam Cole picks up the victory in this one. And somehow, some way, maybe there's some interference in it, even though it's quote-unquote not permitted. The referee might get knocked down or something along those lines, and it's fair game. But I think Adam Cole does it. I do. I think he captures the TNT Championship and goes on from there. And I don't know if this might be the very last time we see Daniel Garcia and Adam Cole for quite some time.
Well, that's what they say.
HD Daniels, our good buddy. Yeet! Tim is going after more short people. Tim.
Well, hey, I didn't bring up that somebody should throw a life preserver for Chicken Little that's swimming in the lake outside the Harley Race Arena.
Oh, gosh. Man. Man. I'm moving on.
You're moving on, yeah.
I'm moving on. Again, also from HD.
I think we know his pick now.
Adam Cole needs to bring the TNT title back to prominence. And again, I'm not saying Daniel Garcia hasn't done a good job. I think he has. I think he's done a phenomenal job since he's held the title. But, it's time for Adam Cole to have some gold wrapped around his waist. And if I'm not mistaken, it'll be the first time.
It'll be the first one
that
in
he's
AEW.
had in AEW.
Mm-hmm.
So we shall see.
He had the ROH tag belts.
Well, yeah, the ROH titles, but I'm talking AEW.
Yeah.
I'm talking AEW. Title versus mask for the Ring of Honor World Championship. The Learning Tree himself, Chris Jericho, defends against Bandito.
Yeah, this one's going to be an interesting one to see. You were talking about the Learning Tree. Do they get involved?
Mm-hmm.
Well, maybe
always strength in numbers, my friend.
Right. Or, because keep in mind, maybe does Jericho help them win the titles, tag belts? But see, I think
no, because he told him, if you remember, go out there and prove yourself.
Right.
And I think I don't think he gets involved in this in that tag match at all.
Do you think they get involved in his title match?
It's a possibility, but if I really had to throw money at it, no, I don't. I don't think they get involved in that match either. I think it stays a one-on-one match. But who do you have though? Do you think Chris Jericho retains and takes the mask from Bandito, or do you think Bandito becomes a 2-time Ring of Honor World Champion?
I'm going to say he becomes a 2-time Ring of Honor World Champion.
Really?
Yep.
Okay. Well, for the second match in a row. I've got to go against you on this one. I think
you really think they're going to unmask another? They're going to against the tradition, and they're going to unmask it.
I hate it, and I don't like it. But
it's one thing.
It don't matter what Sarge hates and likes.
It's one thing to volunteer your mask. This one, no.
I think he does. I think Chris Jericho wins. I think he retains. Will it surprise me if Bandito wins? No, because Bandito's one heck of a wrestler. But he just came back into the picture not very long ago. And I think it might be just a little too soon for them to do that, for them to put that title on Bandito. And plus, with Chris Jericho holding that title, you know, it's still putting somewhat of a light on the Ring of Honor World Championship still.
Right.
So, and what other title from Ring of Honor besides Athena is really being highlighted or even shown on AEW TV. Yeah. So, and that's why. But for another championship, well, actually, let's hold it right there. We got to take a break, our first break of the second hour. And when we come back, we're going to talk more about AEW Dynasty and making our picks. But the next match that we're going to talk about is a trios match for the AEW World Trios Championship. We're going to talk about who's involved and make our picks right after this.
Award-winning severe weather coverage when it counts. 24/7 from News Radio 105.3, 1280 AM. Powered by the Quiver River Electric Cooperative, a Touchtone Energy cooperative. Depend on it.
Old Monroe Lumber and Rental has the largest stocking lumber yard in the area and the best prices too. Bring in your building plans to Old Monroe Lumber and Rental for a complete material list from steel beams to doorknobs. And check out your windows, doors, siding, and trim in their 2,400 square foot showroom before you buy. Old Monroe Lumber and Rental will load it for you. And if it's more than you can haul, Old Monroe Lumber and Rental will deliver it free. Online at omlumber.com.
Hi, BJ Walters here. Join us for the News Radio KYRO Sports Flash from the Old Monroe Lumber Company at CN79 in Old Monroe and online at omlumber.com on your home for the Chiefs, Blues, Mizzou, NASCAR, News Radio KYRO.
Welcome back, Uncensored Wrestling Talk. We are live, looking at the weather and the rain totals and all that craziness that's been going on over the last few days and stuff. Whew. Man, we're in that 4 to 6 range right now.
Yeah.
I just hope it's done.
I hope so.
Ugh. Anywho, Uncensored Wrestling Talk, we are back. And we were about to get into the trios match for the AEW World Trios Championship that's going to take place tonight on pay-per-view. Death Riders, Claudio Castagnoli, Pac, and Wheeler Yuta, the champions, take on Rated FTR, Cash Wheeler, Dax Harwood, and HD loves him being called this. Cope.
Yeah.
Some issues going on with Dax Harwood, though.
Yeah.
Over the last couple of weeks.
The whole, didn't mean to push you down, Cash. You're my brother.
He did.
Oh, yeah. But actually, I think they're going to turn on Cope. Both of them.
Really?
Yep.
Really?
I think what's going to end up is they're going to turn on Cope.
Man.
And then Cope has to go after his former tag partner to take him out.
Which one?
Christian. Cage.
Wait a minute. Cage has nothing to do with any of this.
I know. But this is the catalyst that's going to pull him away from the patriarchy.
I'm confused. Why would you think that when Cage has had nothing to do with any of this?
Well, now that he doesn't have the quote-unquote...
No. See, I'm going to go completely against you on this one. I think if that were to happen, and I'm not saying you're necessarily wrong that FTR kind of turns on Cope. If that were to happen, Cope now has to deal with Cash Wheeler and Dax Harwood. And that may very well take the next 3 or 4 months.
Right.
Roughly. And you may even see where he has a match with Cash Wheeler. and he takes care of Cash Wheeler. But the finale of it is him taking on Dax Harwood, and that may even happen at All In July.
Yeah, if you run it pretty quick, I can see that.
We mean run it pretty quick.
Well, to me, that'd be pretty fast to try to have a big rivalry like that and have
Not
a finale.
really. Not really.
By All In.
Because it's April right now. We're talking May, June, July. That's like a 3.5 month program.
Okay.
It's pretty long. Nowadays in AEW, that's a pretty long storyline, my
friend. That's a way overthinking storyline for them.
But so you think that
Riders.
the Death Riders are going to come out and retain against Rated FTR? You know what? I've been thinking about this for a little while too, even before this stuff happened this week. And that crazy ring bell hammer being involved last night and all that kind of stuff. I kind of tend to agree with you. I think FTR, at least Dax Harwood anyway, causes something to happen to where the Death Riders are going to retain. I don't know if is it the right time for it to happen to where Dax Harwood turns on Cope? Maybe not. But I still think somehow, some way, Dax Harwood causes, even inadvertently, possibly, a loss for Rated FTR. So there that is. We both agree. Death Riders retain. And we'll see what happens with that Rated FTR. Yep. I won't be surprised if the both of them turn on Cope. But, Cash Wheeler told Dax the other night, when they were doing that interview with Renee, hey, I'm not hugging you right now.
Right. We got to talk.
But then last night, all three of them were hugging.
Right.
So, has that talk happened? No. Not yet. It'll happen. And that's why I kind of think maybe not so much a full-on turn, but something happens where it inadvertently causes them to lose. And we'll see. We'll see what happens. All right. It's a three-way dance for the AEW International Championship. Kenny Omega, of course, that champion, taking on Ricochet and newcomer, who is undefeated in singles competition, Speedball Mike Bailey.
Again, I'll keep the same. I think it's too soon for him to lose the belt, so Kenny's going to retain.
Is that all you go on? Is it's too soon? He just won it. It's too soon.
It's too soon.
They drop belts like popcorn hitting the floor, dude.
Are you going to go against Kenny?
Hell no.
Exactly.
I've already marked my initials down to it too. But I don't think it's because it's too soon. I think while I like Ricochet and I really do like Speedball as well, it's just not time for them to hold the international championship. Speedball just coming in. Right. Ricochet, man, I don't like this. I don't like this career move that's happened.
What? His little hee after everything?
No, I definitely don't like that. That gets under my skin. I mean, granted, that's what it's supposed to do.
Right.
But it just, for me, it just doesn't work with him. He's the fan favorite. He's a fan favorite.
I actually like him better now.
Really?
That he has this little edge to him and willing to take a cheap shot.
Is it really an edge?
It is.
You think so?
Yeah. Willing to take that cheap shot just to get that victory.
He has been doing
what
that.
You have to do to get the victory.
He has been doing that. I will give it to you. But you think Kenny Omega is going to retain the International Championship? Very interesting. Very, very interesting. So far, just 2 matches that we disagree on.
But maybe you should take like Speedball since he's undefeated.
You know, just because you're undefeated doesn't mean you're going to stay undefeated.
Why don't you take Speedball? That'll.
How about no? All right, he's only 3-0. It's not like he's like. If he had like more matches under his belt, and was like, I don't know, 20-0 going for blackjack, maybe at that point. But he's only 3-0, my friend. Has he got a lot of momentum going into this? Sure he does. So does Ricochet, for that matter.
Yeah.
But Kenny Omega, coming out of diverticulitis, just on a roll, has been just doing phenomenal. Now's not the time. He's just too much. He's going to prove to be too much for the both of them combined.
Right.
And that's just how I think. Singles match. We're getting to the nitty-gritty now.
Mm-hmm.
For the AEW Women's World Championship. The Mega Goddess, Megan Bayne. What a beast she's turning to be. She takes on the champion, Timeless Toni Storm. And, of course, in her corner, Luther.
Right.
Luther. It's good to see Luther back.
Man, I love what Toni Storm's doing. I like the Timeless character.
Before you continue on, I guess gotta stop you just for a second here. Trisha McGarry Williams put in a comment here. I like this comment. Like, yeet under Superman's skin. I like it.
No.
I like it.
No.
Continue on with your thoughts, my friend.
I really like Timeless Toni Storm. I love the character. I love the trying to throw back and some of the
we can't say them on the
words
radio,
that she comes out with. Just
I'll knock your blanks off.
Right. I'm going to take them home in a bag. But Megan Bayne is just a beast.
She really is.
And I'm actually going to take Megan Bayne and change the title again.
Really? Here you were making a case about
dropping the titles too quick.
Oh,
maybe I'm a little salty because I don't think she should have got the title back from Mariah May.
Really?
Yeah. That was too soon.
Again, Mariah May, she held that championship for a very long time, man. For a very long time. And in AEW,
that's an eternity.
It's an eternity. Exactly. No, man. It's Timeless. Toni Storm. TTS. She retains. That's match number 3. We disagree on it. Okay.
Yep.
Wow. Going against Timeless Toni Storm and picking Megan Bayne. What's wrong with him, folks? Main event. We can call this one a main event.
Yeah. We know that this is going to be the main event.
I'm kind of looking forward to this one. This one's going to be a really good match, I think. It's going to be down and dirty. We're going to see a lot of weapons involved.
Mm-hmm. Unfortunately.
Well, there is that. They should just make it a DQ match. Every single match that Jon Moxley is involved with, you might as well just make it a DQ match.
No DQ.
Jon Moxley defends that AEW World Championship against Swerve Strickland with Prince Nana in his corner.
Before we get into that, what did you think of the whole confrontation between Hangman and Swerve at the end of the show?
It made me cringe when they put him into that glass.
Well, no, before that, whenever he was talking to Hangman, and he was like, I promised everybody that you will not.
I thought it was a great little
and then the whole
deal.
You were wrong for entry. You're right.
I know. He said, I know.
I know.
I know.
Thought that was rather interesting. That they're given the...
Well, Swerve Strickland had been saying this whole time that he's the baddest guy.
Right.
In AEW, right? So, of course he's going to say that. He's not going to go against what he's been saying. Him breaking into Hangman Adam Page's house was wrong.
Yeah.
Him going to Nick Wayne's place last year.
Yeah.
And bloodying him up pretty good with AR Fox, and all these different little things that he's done. Not so nice.
Right.
It's not so nice, and he knows. He can't disparage what Hangman Adam Page is saying.
Yep.
And that kind of put Hangman Page back a moment, and kind of just stormed off.
Well, got escorted with the security and went the other way.
Yeah, but he stormed off before they really showed up. And then after he almost right after he got out of the picture, here comes Jon Moxley and the Death Riders and throwing him into stuff and taking him out to the ring and planting him into that sharded glass and man, I tell you what, I cringe because it's so doggone dangerous when you're using thumbtacks and you're using crazy broken glass, and it just I don't know, it's not my cup of tea for me. I know a lot of people, other people, wrestling fans love it.
Spike bats and
right in the back. That's just so close to your spinal column and just
you're asking for a serious injury.
Yeah, you really are. You really truly are when that kind of thing happens. I mean, I know we're talking AEW stuff, but even like the other day when Damian Priest put Drew McIntyre down on that windshield, he actually got a shard of ice. I mean, not a shard of ice, a shard of glass in his eye, and had to have it removed and stuff. It's just so dangerous.
Yeah,
it's just so dangerous. I wish that kind of stuff wouldn't happen, but that's just me. Jon Moxley, Swerve Strickland. Who you got?
Moxley's going to retain.
Why?
Just because obviously Death Riders are going to get involved, and until they decide who's going to take it from Moxley, I don't see Swerve taking it. It's going to end up being Will Ospreay that probably grabs the belt from Moxley.
Say that again?
Will Ospreay is eventually going to, I think he'll be at All In.
At All In?
Yeah.
That's interesting. Because the winner of the Owen Hart Cup tournament will get that shot at All In Texas. So you're going with the champion Jon Moxley.
Do you want me to say it's too soon?
It's really not too soon because he won that championship back in December.
It's time for him to drop it, but I think it'll be at...
I don't think it's time for him to drop it, though.
If he does drop it, it'll be at their main one, All In.
Yeah, I kind of tend to think that how many folks does Swerve Strickland have on his side to help him?
Yeah.
Pretty much none.
Yeah.
I mean, look at the number that Jon Moxley did on Dynamite to Willow Nightingale. I mean, that was devastating.
Dropping her on her head.
Dropping right on her head with that paradigm shift. Oof. Man. Kind of took her out of the game. Because she was a bit of an equalizer for Marina Shafir. She was really bringing the fight to Marina Shafir. You put those two in a match against each other, and I'm picking all day, every day Willow Nightingale to come out on top.
Yeah.
That's the way it had been going anyway. But no, I think the numbers.
Mhm.
I think the numbers game is just too much. But then when we get, if let's say Will Ospreay wins that Owens Cup tournament, and he gets that shot at John Moxley at All In, there again, you're talking the numbers game.
Right.
Who does Will Ospreay really have in his corner? He might have one or two people, but we've already seen. Excuse me, with Adam Copeland, he had FTR on his side, and that wasn't enough,
right,
to wrestle away the championship. Granted, Christian Cage got involved and ended up using his little contract deal,
right.
But even that wasn't enough to get the title away from John Moxley. No, I think John Moxley has a death grip. No pun intended. With the Death Riders on this championship, and I don't foresee him losing this title for a very long time. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But I'm also going with John Moxley.
Yeah.
We are up against our very last break of this 2-hour awesome show of Uncensored Wrestling Talk. We're going to go ahead and take it. And when we come back, we'll talk some more wrestling stuff till the top of the hour, right after this.
It's the Burgundy News Radio 105.3 1280 KYRO. Recently had a couple of our family vehicles repaired at Alternative Automotive with Jerry Hinkey. One of the things that I was really struck by, Jerry, is the comprehensive reports that you give on the vehicles. Then you receive an email that says, welcome to the Alternative Automotive family. And I know that means a lot to you and it means a lot to the customers. Tell me how that began.
Everybody has a family of some sort. I have to make sure my family stuff is safe to drive down the road, and we want to make sure everybody else's is too.
It's a higher meaning to make sure vehicles are safe. Mechanical problems are one of the leading causes of automotive crashes, and that preventative maintenance really helps keep people safe, and it keeps their vehicles on the road.
Especially knowing about it ahead of time. You guys do whatever you do for a living. We work on these for a living, so our job is to make sure that you know what's going on with your cars before it happens. But anything safety, suspension, steering, brakes, stuff like that, a lot of that can be prevented by checking it out ahead of time.
When it's time to have your vehicle looked at, stop by Alternative Automotive, 542 Mansion Road, Winfield, and give them a like on Facebook.
We love Costco for its great deals and excellent service. When it comes to hearing aids, Costco offers quality options at a reasonable price, starting at $14.99 per pair. What if you could get nearly invisible, high-quality hearing aids and save? With MD Hearing, you can.
Hi, I'm Dr. Sandra Porps, Head of Audiology at MD Hearing. Our FDA-registered rechargeable hearing aids start at just $297 per pair. That's a fraction of what you'd spend at Costco. And just like the service you know and trust at Costco, MD Hearing has licensed hearing professionals to ensure you get the perfect fit and sound. With over 2 million hearing aids sold, MD Hearing has been helping people just like you hear better and save for more than 15 years. Plus, every pair comes with a 45-day risk-free trial, free shipping, and a money-back guarantee.
Call 800-970-1676 now to try MD Hearing risk-free for 45 days. That's 800-970-1676. 800-970-1676.
When it's time to choose a residual herbicide for your soybeans, you need broad-spectrum weed control that lasts. Zidua Pro and Zidua SC herbicides by BASF give your crop up to 2 more weeks of residual weed control, providing 50% more control than other Group 15 residuals. The long-lasting herbicide portfolio protects your soybeans from even the toughest weeds while providing a steady growing environment for the entire season. Talk to your retailer today about adding Zidua Pro and Zidua SC herbicides to your 2025 plan. Always read and follow label directions.
News Radio KYRO weather from the Meyer & Company Real Estate and Auctions Weather Center, online at MeyerListings.com. Overcast clouds in Troy. Getting down to 39 overnight tonight. Monday's high will be in the mid-50s. Sky is clear likely. Temperatures in the lower 50s forecast on Tuesday. Currently in Troy it's 45. In Wentzville it's 45 degrees. Perfect homes, commercial real estate or farm ground? Meyer & Company Real Estate and Auctions, online at MeyerListings.com. I'm Erica Walters.
Welcome back. Uncensored Wrestling Talk. We are live in the Gateway Fiber Studio of News Radio 105.3 FM, 1280 AM, KYRO, and also, of course, on all of our different platforms that we are on: Facebook, YouTube, Rumble, X, all those awesome deals. Interact with us if you'd like on the Facebook with your questions, your comments, join in on the conversations that we've been having. So, the internal belief in WWE is that JD McDonough could possibly return by the end of April, which isn't very long away.
No.
And that's a bit of a miracle, to be quite honest about it, because he took a heck of a shot the back of his head on that announce table. What was that, about a month ago or so? Not even a month ago.
Not maybe, and if you stretch it, 2 months ago. But yeah, the guy is tough as nails.
He really is. He comes back that quick.
Yeah.
Because I mean, that was
I
an
just wish he was a little
inadvertent.
taller.
Yeah, that was. I mean, oh my God. Are you afraid of midgets as well? Are you?
No.
Because you got this thing, man, about short folks. Always poking the bear with these guys and gals. Former WWE Cruiserweight Champion T.J. Perkins did not re-sign with NJPW and is now a free agent. Where do you think he lands? Because he's had a little bit of action in all the organizations except for, I believe, he hasn't been in AEW.
No,
So,
I was thinking more
WWE,
or less
TNA.
I think TNA is where he's probably going to land. Maybe
Okay.
to revitalize the X Division champ.
Yeah. It could be. It could very well be. You know, another name, be really interesting to know what you think about this. Since he became a free agent, about maybe a week after he became a free agent, we haven't really heard a lot of word about the walking weapon, Josh Alexander.
Yeah.
Which is kind of surprising to me. Where do you think he actually ends up going?
I don't know on that one. Because I'm shocked that he even left.
Really?
I think if it was contractual, or I don't know if he's thinking retirement. What's in his head?
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think it's a wrong move that he left TNA personally, unless he had something secured that he was going to NXT or WWE.
Sure. Oh, and also for our buddy H.D. Daniels, if he's still listening, and I'll send him. If he's not, I'll still go ahead and send him a message later on. Hey, if you wanna send me your picks on the AEW Dynasty pay-per-view tonight, and get in on this and see if you can't make it 2 in a row, because he won the last one.
He did
by one match.
By one match.
Please do so, of course. Mark Davis. I feel so doggone bad for Mark Davis. He had just come off a pretty significant injury where he was out for a good, 7-8 months? Something along those lines, maybe a little bit longer. Well, against his match, or in his match against Powerhouse Hobbs, he suffered a fractured foot.
I know.
And it's now expected to be out again for the next several months.
Yeah.
Like anywhere between 3 and 5 months.
Yeah,
Man.
he just comes back. But it's like Jay White. How many injuries is he going to have?
Well, that's why he has been taken out of the Owens Cup tournament. They haven't really specified what his actual injury is.
Right.
But that's why he was taken out of the tournament, was because he's injured again. And man, both Mark Davis and Jay White, you got to feel bad for them.
Yeah.
Because every time they turn around and they start getting on a roll, I guess you could say,
Right.
is something comes up and bites them in the foot.
Yeah.
In this case, with Mark Davis anyway.
Right.
It's tough. It's tough being a professional wrestler
Exactly.
for these people. Regarding this week's story about AEW Dynamite averaging 500,000 viewers on the Max streaming service, Dave Meltzer is, quote-unquote, skeptical that this is in any way compares to a Nielsen's viewing number. He claims that Max keeps its numbers to themselves. Nobody at AEW knows the actual numbers. Top execs at WBD, Warner Brothers Discovery, and buyers, etc., don't know. The NBA and NHL don't know either. Well, I mean, to be quite honest, when it comes to Dynamite and Collision, Warner Brothers Discovery doesn't even care about the numbers.
Right.
They really don't.
Yeah. Dave keeps bringing up numbers and viewership and everything. Why? They don't care.
They don't.
As long as the product's on TV, that's the only thing that people worry about.
Yep. For the most part.
So the whole, they did this many viewership, to me,
it's just not a thing now.
No.
It just isn't.
Right. I mean, you're not going to beat the crowds at WWE.
Oh, heck no.
And the viewership.
It's not even close. It's
Right.
not even in the same ballpark.
Right.
That's minor league. WWE's major league.
Yeah.
It's just the way that it is. Don't try to compete with WWE when it tries to come
Especially
to
with
filling.
numbers like that.
Yeah, you just
No.
can't. And I'll say this: AEW's been doing it right over the last couple of months, as far as going to smaller venues,
Correct.
and filling those up instead of going to your huge arenas and only filling not even close to a third of it.
Right.
You know, so I think they're doing it the right way. And when it comes to their pay-per-views, then they put them in the bigger stadium and in bigger areas as well.
Right.
I guess you could
To get
say
more of a draw.
More of a draw.
Yeah.
Exactly. And the last couple of pay-per-views that they've had really good numbers at their regular pay-per-views. So and as far as fans in the stadium, in the seats, every 18 inches.
Right.
So I think they're just fine. You know, it is what it is. They're going to do their thing, and it doesn't matter. WBD is as long as they're putting out a good product in their eyes, it doesn't matter what the numbers are. And I think that's the same way with Max as well, because like it said in here, they don't even tell the NBA or NHL their numbers, and the NHL pulls in the NBA,
NBA,
pulls
right.
in a whole bunch of numbers.
Yeah.
I mean a whole bunch.
Yeah.
I mean, so it is what it be. WWE is planning, and we've got about 3.5 minutes left in the show. WWE is planning to run the following matches on night one, Saturday, April the 19th of WrestleMania 41. Tiffany Stratton versus Charlotte Flair. Gunther versus Jey Uso, who should be the main event. One of the two. Now, this is interesting. Randy Orton versus Kevin Owens, but this was put out before Friday night.
Right.
So
is that going to change?
Is Kevin Owens swerving us? Could very well be.
It's a work.
He could very well
I
be.
think it's a work.
And then also, of course, CM Punk versus Roman Reigns versus Seth freaking Rollins. Night 2, Tiffany Stratton versus... No, I'm sorry, I said that. Night 2, AJ Styles versus Logan Paul. Cody Rhodes against John Cena, of course. And Io Sky versus Bianca Belair versus Rhea Ripley. It's possible plans and ideas can change, but this is the format that Creative is actually working with at the moment. You have any, besides we know our issues with the whole CM Punk, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins deal, but do you have a problem so far with those matches being put on those particular night?
Not really. I mean, you've got some of the top talent is kind of heavy on the first night, if you ask me. Because again, to me, Tiffany and Charlotte should be a main eventer, and probably should be on the second night. That would be the only one that I would say maybe it fits better, and put the Ripley, Io Sky, and Bianca on the first night.
Yeah. This is interesting. Speculation is that all in Texas's early start time was set to avoid running opposite a WWE Saturday night's main event that at one point was listed on Peacock's schedule for July the 12th at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 o'clock Central. That's actually a good thing.
Yeah.
I think them running up against Saturday night's main event would be the wrong thing to do.
Yeah.
But with them starting at an earlier start time is a win-win for us true wrestling fans.
Yeah, because it's going to be at a marathon event.
Exactly. Exactly. And right now, if I'm not mistaken, that 2 o'clock or that AEW All In Texas is scheduled to start at like 2 o'clock Central Time, 3 o'clock Eastern. So 4 hours goes until 6, and then flip the channel.
6 hours.
No,
15 matches.
No, 4 hours.
They're going to try to hold it to 4.
Yeah, 4 hours, because you got to have they don't want to run up against Saturday night main event. Right. Hey, we've got about 25 seconds left in the show. Excuse me. Thank you so much to everybody that has watched and listened to us today. Join us next week. We'll have hopefully HD in, and we'll go over our WrestleMania picks. Superfan, thank you so much. For Superfan, for HD, I'm Sarge. Go watch some wrestling.
Live from the Gateway Fiber Studios, online at gatewayfiber.com. News Radio 105.3, 1280 KYRO Troy. It's 12 o'clock in the Heartland.
Fox News, I'm